You are lying to yourself if you think your bank account is safe while you sit there watching your purchasing power evaporate like water in a desert. A silent war is being waged over the most undervalued asset on the planet. Silver is not just jewelry, it is the industrial blood of the future. Solar panels, electric vehicles, AI chips, and every piece of green tech on the horizon require it, and the supply is being drained faster than you can blink. You are currently losing money by not owning this. You are standing on the tracks while a freight train of demand is barreling toward you, and you are too distracted to move. Listen to me very carefully. If you are watching this and you have not subscribed to Wealth Strategy Room and liked this video right now, you are actively choosing to stay broke. You are looking at $1 million piece of advice and deciding that your laziness is worth more than your family's financial future. By ignoring the Wealth Strategy Room community, you are telling the world you want to fail. You are stealing my time and my experience without giving back the bare minimum of engagement. If you do not hit that button, do not complain when the world leaves you behind and you are left wondering why you never took the shot. The silver market is rigged, but the rigging is about to snap. For decades, paper contracts have suppressed the price, but the physical reality is finally catching up. There is a specific threshold, a breaking point that is coming sooner than anyone realizes. When it hits, it will not be a gradual climb. It will be a vertical explosion that wipes out the latecomers. I'm about to reveal the exact mechanism that is going to flip the switch and change the silver market forever. Let us get straight to the facts. The financial system as you know it is built on an illusion. It is built on debt, printed paper, and promises that cannot possibly be kept. You wake up, you go to work, you earn a piece of paper, and you put it in a bank, trusting that it will buy the same amount of goods tomorrow. And that is the biggest lie you have ever been sold. Inflation is not an accident. It is a mathematical certainty in a system that relies on endless money printing to survive. Every single dollar they print dilutes the value of the dollars sitting in your wallet. Now look at silver. Look at the raw, undeniable reality of physical silver. This is not some speculative meme coin or a tech stock trading at 100 times its actual value. Silver is real. You can hold it, you can feel its weight, but more importantly, the entire modern world cannot function without it. You cannot build a smartphone, a medical laser, an electric vehicle battery, or a solar farm without silver. It is the most conductive metal on the periodic table. We are consuming it at a staggering rate, and the mining supply has been utterly stagnant for over a decade. Here is the core problem that Wall Street refuses to talk about on the nightly news. The price of silver has been artificially suppressed by paper contracts. Big banks trade billions of ounces of silver on paper every single day. Do you know how much physical silver actually backs those contracts? A fraction, a microscopic fraction. They trade ghosts, they trade illusions to keep the price down because a high silver price is an alarm bell that signals the death of their fiat currency monopoly. They are playing a game of musical chairs with a massive, explosive deficit of physical metal. But the music is stopping, and the industrial demand is finally overpowering the paper games. We are seeing massive deficits year after year. The physical vaults are being drained. The manufacturers who need this metal to keep their assembly lines running are not buying paper contracts. They are demanding delivery. They need the physical bars, and those bars are getting harder and harder to find. When the industrial giants realize they cannot secure the silver they need to build their products, panic will set in. This is the foundational truth you must understand right now. You cannot print a physical commodity. When the physical shortage becomes undeniable, the paper manipulation will collapse entirely. The price discovery will revert to the true laws of supply and demand, and the resulting surge will be violent. The gap between the paper price and the physical reality is the greatest financial arbitrage opportunity of our lifetime. and you are sitting at ground zero of a historic wealth transfer. You just need to decide which side of the transaction you want to be on. The window of opportunity is slamming shut, and most of you are standing on the wrong side of the door. You think you have time, you think you can wait for the mainstream media to tell you when it is safe to buy. Let me tell you exactly what happens if you wait for the news to announce the silver shortage. You become the exit liquidity for the billionaires, and by the time the financial networks are talking about a physical silver squeeze, the price will have already doubled, and you will be buying at the top just before the institutions lock in their massive profits. That is how the game is played. The wealthy position themselves before the catalyst, and the middle class buys into the hype after the money has already been made. You are watching the greatest setup in the history of commodities unfold right in front of your eyes. And if you do not position yourself now, the regret will eat you alive for the rest of your life. Stop right there. Look at me. If you are watching this video and taking my advice, but you have not hit the subscribe button for Wealth Strategy Room and like this video, you are stealing from me. Plain and simple, you are trying to take million-dollar insights for free without contributing a single ounce of effort to this community. If you cannot do something as basic as hitting a button to secure your own financial education, you do not have the discipline to hold an asset when the market gets volatile. By ignoring the Wealth Strategy Room community, you are telling yourself that you are comfortable being average. You are comfortable staying broke, and you are choosing to fail your family. Hit subscribe right now. Prove to yourself that you are actually serious about winning, because the people in this room who are paying attention are going to be the ones buying your foreclosed house. And when the system resets, now let us talk about the math, because the math is terrifying if you are not prepared. We are looking at a structural deficit that cannot be fixed by just digging more holes in the ground. It takes a minimum of 10 years to discover, permit, and build a new silver mine. 10 years. We do not have 10 years. The solar industry alone is projected to consume 20% of the global silver supply this year. Add in the explosive growth of artificial intelligence and the massive data centers required to run it, all of which demand top-tier silver components to prevent overheating. The demand curve is going vertical while the supply curve is flatlining. The paper market makers are sweating. They're bleeding physical ounces every single week to keep the price suppressed, but you cannot suppress gravity forever. The rubber band is stretched as far as it can go, and when it snaps back, the wealth transfer will be violent. Let me pull back the curtain and show you exactly how the greatest financial illusion of our time actually operates. The secret Wall Street does not want you to understand is a sophisticated, completely legal shell game. You have the COMEX, the primary market for trading metals, and when an institution buys a silver contract, they are almost never buying physical silver. They are buying a digital piece of paper. Here is the massive flaw built into the core of the system. The exchange allows hundreds of different paper claims to be written on the exact same physical ounce of silver. They operate entirely on the assumption that only a microscopic fraction of buyers will ever stand for actual physical delivery. It is exactly like a bank run. If everyone goes to the ATM on the exact same day, the bank goes under because the physical cash is not there. The entire global paper silver market is an over-leveraged bank waiting for a devastating run. For decades, the big players have been naked shorting the market. They sell paper contracts for silver that has not even been mined yet. They do this to drive the spot price down, trigger retail stop losses, and wipe out the little guy. They make billions playing this derivative game while keeping the physical price artificially cheap, but the hidden mechanics of this game are permanently fracturing. The turning point is happening right now, driven by sovereign nations and massive global industrial conglomerates. They are waking up to the reality that a piece of paper will not power their electric vehicle factories or build their solar panels. They are bypassing the paper markets entirely. They are going directly to the refiners and demanding physical metal. They are relentlessly draining the global vaults. When you look at the registered silver inventories, the actual silver available to cover these paper contracts is plummeting to historic lows. The system is approaching a mathematical wall at breakneck speed. We are reaching the breaking point where the sheer number of paper claims so vastly outnumbers the available physical ounces that a catastrophic failure to deliver is inevitable. When a major industrial player demands their physical silver to keep their factory running and the exchange tells them they only have cash to settle the contract, the illusion dies overnight. And that is a structural default. The moment that happens, the true price of physical silver detaches completely from the manipulated paper market. You will suddenly see two completely different prices, the broken paper price and the astronomical physical price. This is the secret mechanic the financial elite are using to position themselves right this second. They are quietly converting fiat currency into hard, tangible assets before the paper market breaks. The physical drain is the ultimate catalyst. It is not a matter of if the paper derivative system fails. It is simply a matter of when the brutal reality of physical supply forces it to violently collapse. Do you know what the average person does? They wait for a signal, they wait for the mainstream media to tell them it is okay, and they wait for a green light from the very people who are trying to keep them in the dark. If you are waiting for a comfortable moment to enter this market, you have already lost. The average person treats investing like a hobby. They dip their toes in the water when everything feels safe. But in the financial world, safe is just another word for expensive. By the time you feel comfortable, the smart money has already left the building and moved on to the next play. Most people are spectators. They like the idea of winning, but they're terrified of the process. They would rather follow the crowd off a cliff than stand alone on a mountain of profit. You are likely making the biggest mistake of all right now. You think that buying a paper silver exchange traded fund is the same as owning silver? It is not. When you buy those symbols on your brokerage app, you are buying a promise from a custodian. You do not own the metal. You own a claim on a claim. If the system snaps like I told you it would, those paper certificates will be settled in cash at a price that will not even buy you a gallon of gas. The average person is lazy. They take the path of least resistance. They choose the convenience of a digital app over the security of physical possession or allocated vaulted storage. They choose the illusion of wealth over actual wealth. They are playing a game they do not understand with rules they did not write. Stop what you are doing. Look at the reality of your situation. And while you are sitting here hesitating and doubting, the members of the Wealth Strategy Room community are taking massive, calculated action. They are positioning themselves for the greatest surge in commodity history while you are still trying to figure out if you should hit a button. If you have not subscribed to Wealth Strategy Room and liked this video yet, you are actively sabotaging your own life. You are choosing to be a spectator while others are becoming players. You are telling me that you would rather be right and broke than rich and corrected. If you do not join this community right now, you are literally stealing from your own future. You are choosing the path of the loser. Do not let your ego keep you from the information that changes lives. Hit that subscribe button or stop complaining about being stuck in the rat race. You are either in the room or you are on the menu. The wealthy do not hesitate. When I see an imbalance in the market, I do not wait for a consensus. I move fast and I move with conviction. The average person is paralyzed by fear and misinformation. They listen to the noise instead of the signal, and they listen to their neighbor who is also broke, and they listen to the mainstream media that is funded by the very banks shorting this metal. You are being fed a diet of distraction to keep you from noticing the physical drain. Every day you wait is a day the supply gets tighter and the entry price gets higher. You are paying a high price for your indecision. Every minute you spend thinking about it, the opportunity is leaking out of the room. You need to stop being average. You need to start thinking like an owner, not a consumer. Owners look for scarcity, consumers look for comfort. Silver is the ultimate scarcity play, and if you miss it because you were looking for comfort, you deserve the financial reality you end up with. You have been warned. Here is exactly what you need to do right now. And if you do not follow these steps, you're going to get slaughtered in the market. First, you need to liquidate your illusions immediately. Take a hard, brutal look at your portfolio. If you are sitting on overvalued tech stocks that have no real earnings, get out. If you are holding thousands of dollars in a traditional bank account earning absolutely nothing while inflation eats your purchasing power alive every single day, you are making a fatal mistake. Move your capital. You are funding the bank's operation with your own money. Stop being their pawn. You need to convert your dying fiat currency into hard, undeniable assets before the exit doors are locked completely. The primary step is absolute physical possession. I am not talking about an exchange-traded fund. I'm not talking about a digital token on some offshore exchange. I am talking about pure physical silver bullion. 1-ounce sovereign coins, 10-ounce bars, 100-ounce bars. You need the actual metal in your hands. You go to a reputable dealer, you accept the premium, and you take physical delivery immediately. Do not complain about the premium. That premium you are paying is not a fee. It is your personal insurance policy against a collapsing financial system. Put it in a heavy safe. Put it somewhere you have absolute control over. When the digital banking system experiences a liquidity freeze, you need an asset that carries absolutely zero counterparty risk. If you cannot touch it, you do not own it. It is that simple. Now, if you are moving serious capital, you cannot stuff massive amounts of metal under your mattress. You need allocated, segregated storage. Listen to me very closely, not unallocated. If you buy unallocated silver, you are stepping right back into the exact same derivative scheme I just warned you about. You must demand an account where the specific serial numbers on the physical bars belong exclusively to you and no one else. You use a private vaulting facility completely outside of the traditional banking system. You want jurisdictions that actually respect personal property rights. You keep your wealth outside the hands of the very institutions that created this economic mess in the first place. Finally, you need to target the primary producers and the silver miners. This is where the massive life-changing leverage lives. When the price of physical silver violently breaks out, the companies pulling it out of the ground will see their profit margins explode exponentially. But you cannot just throw darts at a board and hope to get lucky. You need to identify producers with proven reserves, aggressively low all-in sustaining costs, and operations located in mining-friendly jurisdictions. The broader market has beaten these mining stocks down to absolute zero. They are currently priced for bankruptcy while literally sitting on the most critical industrial asset on earth. You buy the best-in-class operators right now while Wall Street is totally asleep. Stop waiting for permission. Every second you hesitate, the vaults are being drained. Execute the trade and secure the physical metal. Listen to me. The biggest trap you are about to fall into is your own ego. You think you can time this perfectly. You think you can jump in at the absolute bottom and exit at the absolute top. You cannot. The market will stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent if you try to play their game. The biggest mistake you will make is chasing the green candles. When you see silver jump $5 in a single day, your instincts will scream at you to buy. That is the trap. That is when the institutions are looking for someone to dump their bags on. If you do not have your position established before the vertical move, you are already too late. You are just a victim waiting to happen. You are the liquidity they need to close out their trades and walk away with the profit that should have been yours. I have been watching you throughout this entire breakdown. If you are still here, nearing the end of this video, and you have not subscribed to Wealth Strategy Room, you are a parasite. You are taking the knowledge that people pay pens of thousands of dollars for in private boardrooms, and you are treating it like background noise. If you have not hit that subscribe button and like this video, you are telling me and the world that you do not care about your family. You are choosing to let your kids grow up in a world where they are debt slaves because you were too lazy to click a mouse. You are stealing my energy and giving nothing back. If you do not join the Wealth Strategy Room community right now, stop watching, go back to your 9 to 5, go back to being a cog in the machine. You do not deserve the wealth that is coming because you refuse to do the bare minimum to earn it. The people who are winning in the Wealth Strategy Room are already light years ahead of you because they take action while you hesitate. They are building legacies while you are building excuses. The next trap is the collectible market. Do not let some smooth-talking salesman at a coin shop talk you into buying rare numismatic coins with massive markups. You are buying a commodity play, not a museum piece. You want the most silver for the fewest dollars, period. Every dollar you spend on a fancy box or a limited edition strike is a dollar that is not working for you. Stay away from the high premium garbage. Stick to the bars and the sovereign bullion. You are buying a metal, not a story. If the story costs more than the silver, you are being scammed by your own greed for something shiny. And stop playing with excessive leverage. And the paper markets are designed to wipe you out. They will trigger massive artificial price drops just to hit your margin calls and take your position. If you do not own the physical metal, or if you are trading on margin, you do not have a position. You have a bet. And the house always wins when you bet on their turf. This is about wealth preservation and massive upside. Not a trip to the casino. The volatility will be stomach churning. If you do not have the physical metal locked away, you will fold when the market makers try to shake you out. This is my final warning to you. The silver market is changing forever. The supply is gone and the demand is infinite, and the manipulation is breaking. If you are not positioned now, you will be the one complaining about how the system is rigged while the people who listened are living the life you dream about. The door is closing. The surge is coming. Decide right now who you are. Are you a winner who takes action, or are you another broke statistic who watched the opportunity of a lifetime sail right past them? Your family is counting on you to not be an idiot. Do not fail them. The time for watching videos is officially over. You have the blueprint. You know the exact mechanics of the greatest wealth transfer in commodity history, and you know exactly how the financial elite are trying to keep you blind to it. Information without execution is just entertainment, and if you are using this channel for entertainment, you are completely missing the point. I am not here to make you feel good. I am here to make you profitable, but I cannot push the buy button for you. You have to take the step. The silver market is fracturing right now. Today, while you sit there, look at your bank account, look at your portfolio, ask yourself if you are truly prepared for a systemic reset, because it is not knocking on the door anymore. It has kicked the door off the hinges. Stop researching, stop hesitating, get off YouTube right now, go buy the physical metal, secure your wealth outside the system, protect your family from the inflation collapse that is already eating your future. The surge is imminent, the warning has been delivered, and the rest is entirely up to you. Now go get it done.